Hello, everybody. This is the Love Yourself Guru, and welcome to the Love Yourself TV. And welcome to day 12 of Ramadan 2022 with the Guru. And today's word is the heart. We're going to take a deeper, closer, more beautiful look at our beautiful hearts and see, God willing, how we can really clean our hearts up, God willing, for this Ramadan and for the rest of our lives. So let's begin. Now, I'm going to share with you a quote, something that God rest his soul, Muhammad Ali said about the heart, and I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with it. I really did fall in love with it, and so I just thought I would share it with you because it's just what the heart is. Just everything about the heart is in what God rest his soul, what he said. So let's begin. The personality of a person, the ways of a person, the thoughts, the deeds, and the actions of a person are all based on his heart. For what is a man? A man is his heart. A lying, cheating heart means a lying, cheating man. A merciful, loving heart means a loving, merciful man. A living heart means a living man. And a dead heart means a dead man. Regardless of a man's title, regardless of a man's wealth, rank or position, if the heart is not great, then he cannot be great. But if the heart is great, then the man remains great under all circumstances, rich or poor, large or small. Isn't that just absolutely, it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And if you actually look it up, this quote, and see him saying it, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And this Ramadan, God willing, myself, all of us, let's really reflect on the state of our hearts. How great is your heart? Really reflect on how great is your heart. Not how great your bank account is, and not how great the number of followers you've got, or not how great. It's just your heart is everything. How great is your heart? And how do you know how great your heart? What is the state of your heart? The better the state your heart is, the greater your heart is. So the better the state, the greater your heart is. I want you to think of, and your heart's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. So the more positive things that are in there, the cleaner, God willing, and the greater your heart will be. The more negative things in there, the more foggier and the more unhappy and the less greater it will be. So I want you to think of your heart like a glass, okay? Let's say you had a glass, okay? And the cleaner your heart is, we all came into the world with a clean heart, okay? And so the cleaner your heart is, this is how I see it, the cleaner your heart is, the more the better, the cleaner your heart is, the better actions you take, yes? And the more your vision, what you see, the clearer your vision, the more your wisdom, the clearer, the cleaner the glass. And the dirtier the glass, the more foggier your glass, the more you can't see, and the more your actions will be in line with your true self. And you see this a lot. That people that have really got clogged up hearts, like really, really, really clogged up hearts, they stop seeing. Like you look at them and you think, why are they doing that? Like, why are they harming people? Like, why are they doing that? They can't see anymore. The glass has got too dirty. So really, it's so important for us to really be aware of the state of our hearts and really make sure that we're always cleaning it, because we're all of us, like me, all of us, we're all, it's not certain that, for instance, if we start fogging up our heart, we start doing actions, because our actions clog up, fog up our heart. If we start doing things like that, who knows, we could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then our heart, all of a sudden, we don't perceive things like we should perceive things. So we should all be very, very, very aware that our good deeds, our good actions will clean our heart and will clean our vision and more in tune with our soul and the way we should be. And we're safe, we're really safe because we can see things, we make less mistakes. But the more we do things that are like, that are not very nice, the more we're fogging up our heart. And the more we fog up our heart, the more we're prone to make bigger mistakes, and we're prone to not see what was almost, we become blinded. So it's really important to look at the state of your heart. Now, your heart, the state of your heart, it's like a two-way street. So the state of your heart, subhanAllah, the state of your heart influences your actions. But also your actions influence your state of your heart. So do you understand? So wherever your heart is, that's going to influence the thoughts you have, the behaviors you have, your actions and your reality, and your intentions, obviously, before everything. But then also it's the opposite. So, and your actions will also affect your heart. So for instance, let's say you have a clean heart and your intentions are really pure and you have a clean heart, God willing. That means God willing, you'll be prone more to do good deeds, good actions, God willing. And those good actions will make your heart even purer. But let's say your heart is foggy, yes, you'll be more prone to doing not very nice things that go against your true self and that don't do you justice. And those actions will make your heart even foggier. See how it's a two-way street? It's really interesting. Okay, so and the cleaner your heart, the more, inshallah, God willing, the wiser you are, and the more you really understand life and the way things should be, God willing. And so how do we get a cleaner heart? And before we even go into how to get a cleaner heart, however fogged up your heart is, yes, there's always, God willing, there's always point to return. Okay, so you can always clean it up. You can always, God willing, clean it up. And however clean your heart is, yes, it can always become foggy. So be careful. So if for instance you do something, make sure that's not very nice. Make sure it doesn't become into a habit, because then you'll clog up your heart. You have to be very, very aware of what's going on in your heart. So 4 things to clean up your heart and 4 things to have a greater heart, God willing. Let's go to them. Number 1 is to actually have the intention, like to intend this Ramadan, God willing. I intend to have a good heart. I intend to have a great heart, because my heart will reflect, God willing, everything I do. A great heart is a great man, God willing. A great heart is a great woman, God willing. A great heart is a great human being, God willing. I intend to have a great heart. Number 1, intention. Number 2 is to actually, in order for you to clean your heart and, God willing, for you to want a great heart, you need to actually define what's in there. So what's in there? Is the majority of it negative or is it positive? Is it full of jealousy, hate, resentment, backbiting? What's it full of? Or is it full of the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Is it full of wanting good for people? Is it full of doing things, good things? What's it full of? Is it full of love? Is it full of joy? Is it full of peace? Is it full of contentment? What's in your heart? What's in your heart? And then once you know it's in your heart, the good things, God willing, let them grow, and the negative things, let them shrink. Okay, it's that simple. Next one. So number 1 is to intend to have a great heart. Number 2 is to see what's in that heart, and the main aim to see in your heart is for the good things, let them grow, and the not very nice things, let them shrink. Number 3, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your heart loves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your heart loves its creator, because that's the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it. So every time your heart beats, it goes Allah, 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 Allah. It beats your creator's name. Your heart is with your creator all the time. Now, when you're not with your creator, your heart is with your creator. Whether you're with your creator or not, your heart is always, every part of your body, everything in this world is always with its creator. Happiness comes, yes, and you feel this, you feel the beat and you feel the greatness when you feel the greatness of your Creator when you're in tune with your heart. So being with your Creator, like I said in yesterday's video, in every sense of the word, being your Creator, it's not just lip service. In every sense of the word is being with your Creator. So we're on number 3, is your heart loves your Creator. And the more you're in tune with your Creator, the more you will feel the greatness of your heart, and the more pure and clean your heart is, and the more wise wisdom our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, will grant you wisdom, because your heart is full of His love. So that's a third thing. And number 4 is remove the fear of poverty. And it's really, really interesting, this one. And I heard it from Hamza Yusuf. Bless him a million times. And it's really, really interesting, because a fear of poverty actually puts quite a lot of, it actually really darkens the heart, because you can have a lot of money, okay, and you can fear that the money will go, and you won't be in a state of gratitude, and you won't be content with it. Or you can have no money, and you could have fear of poverty, and then it will take you to places that you don't want to go. So fear of poverty actually causes you to do things like steal, like get this fear of poverty, like do things that really, really aren't really very nice at all. And so it's to remove fear of poverty. And how do you remove fear of poverty? Is that you just look at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's wealth, at Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's abundance, and you know that, look, every day I'm going to do, God willing, I'm going to do my work. And then my Creator is going to send me what my Creator wants to send me. And that's it. Just remove fear of poverty, because it really does. Anything to do with fear of not having money or fear of losing money causes you to not do nice things, and it really, really darkens your heart. Just remove away your fear of money. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the whole word is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows exactly what to give me, knows exactly what to give you. And it doesn't mean to sit down and do nothing and say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just going to give me without doing anything. No, it means every day do what you need to do, and then leave the rest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you. Don't fear. And I always say this to my children, I say it to all my friends, and I don't fear anything. I honestly don't fear, especially money. Don't fear it, because we have our Creator, and everything belongs to our Creator. And our Creator is so the most generous of he's just the kindest, most generous ever. So fear of money you should remove that, God willing, from your life. And fear of money doesn't really work, because we came into this world with nothing, and we're going to leave this world with one thing extra, which is like a white cloth. Well, reflect on that. So the thing that we've been fearing all our life, we're not even going to take it with us. So it's really a trick that the mind plays on you, and it really, really darkens your heart. Remove fear of money. And the last thing is to really clean your heart, is to have good intentions. Have good intentions for yourself, and have good intentions to humanity. Wish everybody well. Have good intentions. The better intentions you have for yourself, and the better intentions you have for people, yes, the cleaner your heart. I love you loads. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a brilliant, beautiful, absolutely amazing day.